everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the third episode of the Rebrand and Rebuilding Community. My name is 𝙁𝙖𝙘𝙚𝙗𝙩. I'm here with you guys today to speak about humility. And a lot of times we forget to show a little bit of humanity. We forget to think about the less fortunate, the people that are going through tragedies and struggles and, going through things every day. Not everyone has it all together. Not everyone is abundant in life. And not everyone gets to say that they made it, that they made it out the mud and they overcame their obstacles and their issues and their problems and, they made it from nothing to something. Not everyone can say that in life. And I feel like if you do have, or you are in that position to say you made it and, overcome and overcame your obstacles, overcame poverty, you are very rich and successful. I really feel like we need to, and I'm putting myself in that category because I'm very abundant and I'm very successful. I have a lot of success coming to me. So yes, I'm naming myself as a person that I feel like I've made it, and I can't forget where I came from, because just a year ago I was homeless. Now I'm not where I want to be. I'm not sitting in a luxury townhouse, and I'm not taking business trips, and I'm not doing all that stuff just yet, but it is coming. Like it's really soon. It's close. But I would never forget where I came from. I would never forget my time, that year of me being homeless and going through a divorce and being separated. I was broke. Like I could barely pay my car insurance and phone bill, like seriously. And I still have times where because the money is coming in so fast, I've been spending. So I'm trying to budget. Like I have times where I do a lot for other people, and I forget to take care of myself. Like I've spent so much money out that I forgot to, let me pay my phone bill. So, I'm not, like I said, I'm not where I want to be, but slowly but surely I'm getting there. And I'm not going to forget where I came from, like I said. And I think so many people that have overcome and overcame poverty and overcome, any problems or issues that you had in life. We all go through tragedies and we all have disasters that happens in our families. We all have death. We all have things that we have to deal with as a whole, as a person, not even as I say as a whole, because of course you have your responsibilities and meaning your family and your job. But as an individual person, we have to work on ourselves. And once we grow personally and we develop ourselves, we can't forget to lead others in an inspirational way. And like I said, I'm here to talk about humility. I kind of got off track a little bit, but I just wanted to break down. Like I said, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm surely, I'm getting there. So I really feel like touching base on having humility. Like sometimes, like I said, I'm getting a little popularity and it's not even much. It's just local. So as it comes, nationwide, worldwide eventually, I don't ever want to forget where I came from. I don't ever want to forget the times where I was to myself and I was alone and I had to, figure out I was going to make $20 last me, more than just a day. And that's not easy. So I'll never forget the times that I was homeless and I was broke and I didn't have anyone to really reach out to. Like I said, I had people that offered to help me for their own reasons, and I really didn't. I don't like to impose on people, and it was my issues, and I felt like I got myself into it so I can get myself out of it, which I did. Still am going to and still doing so. So, like I said, I'll never forget that. So I really feel like being humble is something that we should not lack. It's something that today in this world that we need. So many people in this world are struggling, and that's been hit with disaster and tragedy, and that they just need a hand up. Not everybody out there that's struggling acts to be struggling. Not everybody out there that's homeless it's not because they don't want to go working and they're just bums on the street and they do drugs. Not everyone. Now, we do have some that they're homeless. They choose to be homeless because they don't want to go to work. They don't want to put in effort. They don't want to take the time to work on themselves to better improve themselves for their families and the, people in their lives. Now, we do have some of those because I've met some of those homeless people, but I've also met the ones that went through disaster and tragedy, divorce, such as myself. And like I said, they didn't actually be in those situations, and they found themselves at the end of the day in those situations, or homeless or broke, without a job, no family. Some people have been adopted. I've met homeless people that, they were adopted growing up, and they were from foster home to foster home, if that. Like, they never truly knew who their real families are, and they never got the chance to really know where they came from. So they're, not only struggling with being homeless, but they're struggling with their identity. They're struggling with finding themselves, And how do you truly know yourself if you don't know where you came from? If you don't know where you come from? If you don't, like a lot of us, we do have upbringing. Some are good, some are bad, some are, are tight leash, like, really strict households. And, some people have really lax households where they don't really have a father figure or a mother figure, or some children, don't even have either. But not even knowing your family, that's even, that's a whole nother thing. Like I said, until I met those people out on the streets, it made me start thinking of my family. Like, we have our issues, like every family does, but it's nobody's job. It's not my family's job to take care of me, to shelter me, to keep me safe from the world. It was their job to teach me the best that, that they could do at that time with what they knew and with what they had. That's the best that they could do. And I'm now understanding that from another perspective, because I've met people, like I said, never even met their families, probably never would even ever have the chance to meet their families or even know where they came from out here on the streets. And they are really literally by themselves. They don't have anyone. I had people, I just kind of, when I'm going through something, I kind of seclude myself. I kind of go into hermit mode, especially when I'm on a mission, when I have goals. So like I said, not only with me being homeless and broke and going through that divorce, I had things that I wanted to accomplish. I had so many, aspirations and goals that I, set for myself out here in this world. So I was out here, I was planning. So like I said, when I was in my car living homeless, I was planning, I was plotting, I was trying to, find my way, dig my way out of the hole that I got myself into, because no, it was not all my ex-husband's fault. Now, I'm not going to say he wasn't the reason for the breakup, because I decided to walk away from the situation. It was just getting out of hand. It felt like, I couldn't control it. So I didn't even say control it. I couldn't control the aspects going on around it. Like, with playing my role, I couldn't play my role. So if I couldn't play my role, it's no point of me even being in the role. Like, let's just get out the role. That's how I feel. So like I said, showing a little bit of humility, you guys. I'm just getting back. Like I said, I know I get off topic a lot, but I'm trying to relate with you guys, and I really want you to understand that you're not out here by yourself, and we all go through things, and not all of us, like I said, overcome those problems and those things, and not all of us are strong enough to fight those battles, those unseen battles out here in the world. Not all of us are strong enough to walk alone and go after your dreams. A lot of us are held back by fear and, the conditions around us, like being homeless and being broke. That's poverty. That's a poverty mindset. That was something that I had to overcome, because there are unlimited resources out here for everyone to be millionaires. If you woke up today and you decided you wanted to be a millionaire, you dang sure can. I have to watch my voice. I have to watch my, the words that I speak, because I'm trying trying to make this clean and for everyone, even underage. Say I was a teenager out here on the streets once upon a time and in the streets and doing what I was doing. So if I had a little bit of guidance, so I'm trying to watch what I say. But like I said, not all of us, overcome that and are strong enough to overcome our fears and get out here and face the battles to overcome that. So a lot of us need inspiration. A lot of us need a helping hand up. And now I'm not always talking about money, because some people that are homeless, they got jobs. They have money coming in. They just don't have the credit, or they don't have, let's say a co-signer. Maybe some of them need co-signers. Maybe some of them just need some advice. Giving free information is free. Now, when it goes into you really putting your all into helping someone, I'm not saying you shouldn't get, something in return. We all like a return on our investment. And if you say you don't, you're lying. I am a big giver, but anything that I'm investing full, all my energy and my time in, I most definitely want to be reciprocated. I want in some way that my time and my energy is being paid forward, whether that's with your time and energy, your money, like in some way. So I'm just saying, we can all give back, and we should never forget where we came from. We should always, no matter what position, how much power we have in life, we should not forget the ones, that have less than what we have. And now everyone that has less is asking to have less. Yeah, we do create our own realities, but there's so many people out there in this world that are brought up with certain conditions and families and certain religious views. I said reviews, I'm sorry. But a lot of us was brought up with religious views, and a lot of that is the perspective that we have on life. A lot of that, people live in those bubbles and they get comfortable because they know it. They was brought up that way, so they're leading those lives, and they're thinking that's right. And I'm not saying your religious view is not correct, but I feel like it's limiting you to be all you can be. And I grew up in Christianity. I grew up going to church. Like, if you know my grandmother on my father's side, if you know my grandmother, and she's not even my grandmother. She was a lady that brought me up. She always kept my mom's children. She always kept my sisters and brothers. She always kept us in church. Like, so if you know me as an adult, from as a kid to now as an adult, I grew up in church Monday through Sunday. I was there as a kid. Now that I'm an adult, I don't get there so often. But like I said, I grew up with Christianity beliefs. And like I said, I grew up believing, that it was only certain things that I could do and I could not do. And if I didn't play by these rules, that I would not win. If I didn't do everything by the book and it's not like that. We are here in life to experience life. How do you know what's wrong until you really get yourself into it? And how do you even know how to pull yourself out of that situation if you never get yourself in a situation, a wrong situation? You have to know how, if you got yourself in it, you have to know how to get yourself out of it. That's why, like I said, with me going into being homeless and deciding to go off on my own, and I'm not dealing with family and friends at the time and putting myself first, that was something that I had to do, and I had to experience for myself. Because if I would never have done that, I would have never known how to take care of myself properly. I would have never grew and healed. I would have never, oh my God, I developed so much. Like I said, that time, that really, being homeless and broke and divorced, or separated and getting a divorce, like all of that stuff last year built my personality. Now that built my character. All of that made me who I am. Like, I wouldn't be as strong in who I am today if I did not go through that. And no, I did not have to go through that. Yes, I did put myself in that situation. Yes, I decided to do all of that. And no, I didn't have to. But like I said, if I didn't make that choice and that decision, I wouldn't be here with you guys today talking about what I'm talking about. Like I said, we'll get back to the, like I said, having humility. Never be afraid to show a little bit of humanity. Never be afraid to take care of the homeless. And that's one of my pet peeves. Please don't be someone that, like, I'm telling you, if you talk about a homeless person around me, we are not friends. Like, I give back. Like, I've been homeless before. I know how it is. Like I said, not everyone out there is always looking for you to give them your money. They may just need some advice. They may need for you just to talk to them. Just have a conversation. Speak to them. Ask them how they are doing. I mean, damn, they on the streets. Excuse my language. I try to hold it in, but just show a little bit of, humanity. We, like, 2021, we going through a lot in this world today. And you stopping to give $1 to someone out on the streets, you stopping to give a burger, you stopping just to ask a homeless person how they doing and are they okay. I mean, you probably can't give them a whole lot of help. You going through your own situations and know it's not your responsibility to take care of that grown person, but it is your responsibility as a human to care and at least ask them how they doing. Like, I mean, if you know some shelters they can go to, just give them some advice. Now, if you can give what you can give and they can't accept that, then that means they want to be homeless. You have to know the difference between the ones that want to be homeless and the ones that did not decide that and they just happen to find themselves in that damn situation. So please take the time out before you judge someone out on the street, before you judge someone that has less than what you have. Please take the time out to first see and talk to them before you start to judge them and say, oh, they're just bums, or they're just drug addicts, or they're alcoholics, or whatever. You don't know their stories. And if they are alcoholics, so what? You don't know what they had to go through. And yet, and some people just use liquid, we'll say liquid water to cover, to help them out and make them feel better. It covers the pain. It's like a Band-Aid. And they're not understanding that they need to heal and deal with the issues at hand and not use alcohol or drugs to cope and not use it as a Band-Aid, but to actually, deal with it. And not all of people, everybody know that. And yeah, you might seem like they about 50 years old out there on the street. Yeah, they're 50 years old, but they may not know that. You don't know their stories. You don't know where they came from. But take the time to get to know their stories. Take the time to understand where they came from. And then you can judge properly. Judge accordingly. I mean, like I said, it's not the best, and we are not God, and it's none of our place to judge anybody. But as a person, I really feel like I'm very judgmental when it comes to you being around me in my space. So if I'm going to let you in, yes, most definitely I am judging you, because this is my life. This is my space. This is my environment. I am the queen of my castle. So I get to decide who I want in and who I don't. So we all get to decide that. So I'm just saying, but just take the time out to do that, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, I do have some announcements. Thank you for listening to me ramble on and on and on. But like I said, I do have a few announcements. I do have How to Rebrand Your Life webinar coming soon. That's going to be on September the 5th, at 5 p.m. Please, you guys, go ahead and subscribe, submit, and sign up for that webinar. There will be a $20 admission fee. But like I said, it really is it's a lot of information that you can take in and you can use in your life. It's not just something that I'm just trying to sell you. Like I said, it's $20. You will also get a workbook, so we can go through that workbook with each other during the webinar. Like I said, and you can always go back after the webinar and finish the workbook, but you'll receive that in your email once you submit and pay the $20 admission fee. Please tune in to that, you guys. Like I said, it's a lot of great information that if it helped me, I know it could help you. Thank you for tuning in. That is the only announcement I'll make, because I'm like almost 20 minutes in on this podcast. But thank you. I really appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. So thank you.